Hi, I'm Jody Brunner. Thanks for inviting me to attend to your Feng Shui requirements. Chinese metaphysics talks about three types of luck. That is, three ways that we can be lucky in our lives. Heaven luck is about our destiny, and according to when we're born, there's certain influences that affect our lives. Earth luck is about Feng Shui. It's about being in the right place at the right time and having a supportive environment in which to live or work. Man luck is about the things we do to live a lucky life through our attitude to life and through helping other people. If we have a good attitude to life and we do things to help other people, then luck will surely follow. Feng Shui is the study of how qi, the universal life force, moves in our environment. The words Feng Shui mean wind and water, and wind and water both carry qi across the landscape, and when we enter a house or when we move around a building, we carry the wind and the water with us. When we open a door or a window, we allow the wind to come in. When we walk from one place to another, or when there is activity, or when we put water in our environment, the qi will be activated by water. Feng Shui is also about the study of mountains and water. Mountains protect the people, and water looks after our wealth. Mountains influence our health, relationships, and personality. Water influences our prosperity. Feng Shui is not only about the space in which we live, but also about the time in which we live there. Space and time together equals causation. And every 20 years the Feng Shui changes. In fact, every year there's also influences that affect a building. To measure the space in which we live, the main Feng Shui tool is the Lopan, a traditional Chinese compass. Each ring of the Lopan has different information. It's like a Feng Shui calculator. We study the orientation of a building and then all the environmental factors, externally and internally, whether it applies to a home or a business, need to be taken into consideration. A famous Feng Shui master from the past once said, "People today do not understand the importance of the Feng Shui of a house. Actually, the Feng Shui of a house is most fascinating. It can bring you prosperity and wealth. It can also help to promote you to a higher position and giving birth to great children." However, Master Zhang Dahong went on to say, "If you have not been compassionate and charitable, heaven will not send you the good master to tell you what to do." Once we have studied the external and internal forms and taken a compass reading of the house, then the house is set with a floor plan dividing it up into 8 different directions. From each of the 8 different directions comes different types of qi. So Feng Shui is actually a combination of many different things because it's a study of architecture, interior design, philosophy, psychology, astronomy, astrology, mathematics, and a great deal of common sense as well. Feng Shui also asserts that our environment is a reflection of our personality. It is our destiny to choose a certain house or building in which to live or work. Once we have made that choice, certain things will happen in our lives. Feng Shui is able to calculate the potential for any particular building. In fact, a very famous architect from the past, Sir Winston Churchill, once said, "We shape our buildings, and then afterwards our buildings shape us." Feng Shui studies many different formulas, and one of the most fundamental formulas that we study is the formula of yin and yang. In any environment there are yin and yang areas, and these areas will be affected differently by the qi in those areas. Another important formula we talk about in Feng Shui is the 5 elements. Each one of the 5 elements should flow from one to the next in an harmonious way. In this report I will talk about the 5 elements and how you can use them in your environment to achieve good Feng Shui. The element of fire spreads outwards. It's radiant and hot, and it represents emotion. The shape of fire is triangular. Fire can also be represented by real flames, heat, the sun, and red, pink, or purple colours. All things that remind us of fire can include triangular burning candles, red objects, red doormats, red wall hanging, fireplaces, combustion heaters, and be careful with the use of fire because it can enhance sickness energy. In your report I will tell you where to put fire and where not to put fire. The element of earth is centripetal. It gathers together and represents conservation. The shape of earth is square or rectangular. The colours of earth include brown, tan, yellow, and all shades of orange or lighter orange. The shapes are square or rectangular or flat shapes, and all objects that remind us of earth include square objects, tiles, rectangular or square designs. Earth is the most stable shape and suitable for a house shape and room design. The qi of metal spirals inwards, is focused, and represents concentration. The shape of metal is a circle. The colours of metal include gold, silver, grey, slate or white, gold and silver being the strongest forms of metal colour. Circular or rounded or half-round shapes are also the shape of metal, and the sound of metal is also important here too, so metallic chimes or a chiming clock can also be used as Feng Shui cures for metal. So objects that remind us of metal include CDs, rounded furniture, round statues. An object made of metal may or may not represent the element of metal depending on the colour and the shape of the object. So here the material that something is made of is less important in Feng Shui than the colour and the shape. The qi of water flows downwards, is liberal, represents wisdom and love. The shape of water is a wavy shape. The colours of water include black and very dark blue. Shapes that are wavy or irregular, such as a number of circles or semicircles joined together, a striking presence of black or very dark blue, or even Chinese calligraphy, all represent the water element. A picture of water is appropriate if it's the right colour or has wavy shapes in the design, but just because it's a picture of water, it doesn't necessarily represent the water element. Here, when I'm talking about water, I don't necessarily mean real water, but the colour or the shape of water. The qi of wood is upward growth, striving, and always moving ahead. The shape of wood is tall, thin shapes. The colours of wood include green, turquoise, and blue. That's a light blue, the Chinese call qing. Long, tall shapes and plants are also from the wood element, as well as objects made of wood, which includes pine paneling, for instance, but things that are made out of wood like baskets or cane furniture do not necessarily represent the wood element. Water bamboo, which is a tall, thin shape, may also be recommended for academic achievement. Your Minghua is based on your year of birth. It talks about the compatibility between you and your building. And when we talk about Feng Shui, we should not forget the position of power. Never sit with your back to the door. And when you're sleeping, always face the door, or be able to see the door from where you are sleeping. Strictly speaking, ergonomics is not necessarily Feng Shui, but it is important when you're sitting and working at your desk to ensure that you're in a comfortable position. The ideal position for your computer screen is 15 degrees below eye level. And check your seat and back and feet position to make sure you are sitting in a good position and very comfortable, so as not to suffer any back problems. The idea of good Feng Shui is to clear the way to bring new things into your life. And clutter is the antithesis of good Feng Shui. This is because if your house or your business or your home or your cupboards are cluttered, then your mind is also cluttered. This restricts your possibilities of achieving good Feng Shui. So the first thing to do is clean up the house, clean up the office, clean up the business, and make sure you are ready to receive the new opportunities. This is called a Flying Stars chart. It is the heart of the consultation. You see, in every palace there is 3 numbers. We call these the stars. In the northwest you have 8, 9 and 6. You see the 8 is circled with a red circle. That is called the mountain star. Mountain stars look after the health and relationships of the people. In the southeast we have 1, 7 and 8. Number 8 here is circled with a red circle. That is called the water star. The water star is responsible for our wealth and success. In each palace we have a mountain star and a water star. Water stars relate to yang areas and mountain stars relate to yin areas. In the report I indicate which stars are important in which areas of the house and what you should do to make sure that these stars are in a good position and in a healthy position. Thanks again for inviting me to attend to your Feng Shui requirements. If you have any questions about your report, please don't hesitate to ask.